Trader Matt here with a market recap for Tuesday the 21st of August. And today we had the markets cap up a little bit, only to travel a little higher, find a top, and travel a little lower. Today we had two trades. We were mixed today as far as one long and one short, both successful. We were working inside of a maximum profit potential of 3.25 points or 13 ticks. Actual entry and exits, we made 3.75 points or 15 ticks. Looking at $50 per point, we'll say round down 3 points. You're looking at $150 for 2.5 hours. The first trade was a quick short. We were able to take some profit on that, and then we got stopped out at 1/4 point on the rest. Then the markets traveled up a little bit, and right over here is where we grabbed our long, and we were able to hold on to it for quite a bit. We exited partial, and then took the rest up here, and then we watched the markets chop around for a little bit, and then finally after everybody fell asleep, markets just fell apart. So basically how it was on the day. Not a bad day at all. 3.75 points. And with that, I'd like to encourage everybody to stop by and check out our website at www.businesswithtrading.com. Every day we focus on the ES markets, or the S&P futures. It's my favorite markets as the ES. It's been my favorite market for a long time. And some markets people are going to like better than other markets. I chose the ES. It's very liquid. You can get in and out. You can trade 100 contracts during the day, not a problem. I don't trade 100 contracts during the day, but if I wanted to, I could. I guess that really doesn't mean anything at all. But it is highly liquid. So I could trade the ES during the day. I could trade the ES after hours. And for example, to talk about the Russell, you can trade the Russell during trading hours. It's liquid, but after hours it is very, very illiquid. So to compare a couple markets, the ES is the most liquid US market, but I think it's a lot of fun to trade. It's sometimes it's more challenging than other times, and that goes with the nature of the game. The trading business is different than other businesses. It's very similar in a lot of ways, but as far as in trading, you either make money or you don't. That's the bottom line. And when you trade, you're not thinking about money at all. And then afterwards you can look at everything. It's like that Kenny Rogers song, "Don't count your chips when you're sitting at the table." You don't think about money when you're trading. And then afterwards, you can look at your P&L. I did this, I did that, and it's pretty fun, I think. I've been doing it for many, many years, and I can remember when I first started trading. I had a passion for it. I really loved it, and then I didn't have a mentor, so I learned on my own. And eventually you start despising it because you're learning, and you're learning a lot, but you're still losing money. And then you're learning a lot, and you make a little money, and you lose a little, make a little, lose a little, and it just goes back and forth there. And then you continue learning, and then you start making a little bit, and you start loving it again. And it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride emotionally, and that's a good thing, because I think it really made me a better person, and it made me who I am today. That's why I started. One of the reasons I started my website, so other people would actually have a platform to be able to learn from. And the actual reason I started the website was because I had a couple friends talk me into it. Teach me to trade. I want to learn this. I want to learn that, and that's I was like, well, I'm working on a website because before I dropped out of school, I was actually in computer programming, and that's what I did when I was in high school. I, just goofing around, I would, make a couple websites, or, it was just for fun. And that's what I was majoring in college before I dropped out. And, it was fun. So that's what I turned it into. And, that's how a business with trading started. I'm sure a lot of you already know the story, but, that's it if anybody cares. And with that, not to make the video too long, let's go ahead and check out the news for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday the 22nd. We have existing home sales coming out at 10 o'clock. Going to be a big number. Looking for 4.52 million versus a prior reading is 4.37. At 10:30 we have crude oil inventories, and actually have a forecast for it. They're looking for zero point 0.1 million, and the prior reading was negative 3.7 million. And then 2 o'clock we do have FOMC meeting minutes, so that'll be interesting to see what that is. And then we do have some Chinese numbers at tomorrow night, and that's what we're looking for. FOMC is going to be a big, and 10 o'clock existing home sales should be interesting as well. That's the big number we're watching for, since we only trade till 12. FOMC minutes don't really have any bearing tomorrow. They will after tomorrow. But anyway, that's what we're looking for. With that, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button. Definitely would appreciate that. Still get a lot of emails from everybody, and definitely appreciate all the emails. It's pretty awesome to be able to make a video, talk a little bit, and then get emails, and whether it's a question or someone giving me a compliment, or just whatever it might be. I definitely do enjoy the feedback. It's definitely pretty awesome, and also enjoy the questions. That's one of the reasons I started the site, so you'd have a forum to ask questions and whatnot. It's definitely been a lot of fun. So thanks everyone for that. You make the site what it is, which is awesome. Have an awesome night, and I'll see everyone tomorrow in the markets. Thanks.